check in with the ceiling guys. They have the, whether they say raised or sunken part of the ceiling is boarded. It seems what they use here is it appears to be about 3/8. I don't think it's 1/2 inch drywall. Can't seem to see any sizes on it, but yeah, it feels like it's a 3/8 drywall they use. So they have everything supported from above. They ran the cross pieces. They boarded the, like I say, the raised or sunken portion. Now they're attaching the drop piece. Yeah, I would say we would finish in sort of the lower part or the standard ceiling height, which is around 9 feet, what it is compared to, very similar to what we did in Canada. I'm not sure if they use a metric measurement, but it's very similar to a 9 foot. So they will put this up, and they, from what I understand, they do a mud and tape on this, on the ceilings. And once the ceilings are all done, then I understand, I think we get into painting. Painting comes next. So just watch these guys work for a little while. This idea of sunken ceilings or raised portions is fairly standard here in Thailand. It's considered to be a luxury feature. So, noon being Thai, that's what we're doing. A lot of them do the raised portion and then put a ledge in there and then put a rope lighting above so you can get a lighting in there, but with the ledge up there, it would make Noon crazy worrying about spiders and geckos and dust that she can't see, so we opted to go for just a straight drop and no ledge for lighting. Saturday morning, February 18th. Let's do a little check on how the ceiling's coming along this morning. Oh, looking very good. I think you now get a view of what I was talking about yesterday with the sort of sunken or raised part versus the remainder of the kitchen. This will be sort of a standard height here over the kitchen, and then with the raised part over the sort of living entry and dining area. Look in our bedroom. They're ready for the first layer of drywall. And getting close in here too. In the puzzle room. And I think the other rooms have not really changed any since yesterday. No, they have not, so. Either way, that's where we sit. Pile of drywall's going down a little. Ceiling's coming together. It's looking real sweet as far as I'm concerned. And today we've got to head to town and we've got to go search for a floor tile. After they do this, he wants to paint the walls and then he wants to put the tile on the floor. So we need to go look at paint colors and floor tiles. So we're going to go do that, and we'll check in with these guys when we get back later in the day. I can see how the fence guys are doing on February 18th. Here if we look, here's our back gate. Here we are full height along here. the first 5 sections. We have 4 more sections here. These ones will also come to full height. And then at this next large post, we will go only 4 rows high, a beam, and then it will have more of a fancier fencing on top. So yesterday they poured the good morning, Spotty Cop. So yesterday we poured the they poured the concrete for each of these posts, got them all set and bedded in, and now they're laying out steel here and are building the beam across through to the front corner. I think I had mentioned earlier that we made the decision to run the fence all the way to the front of the property, and so they will work on the beam today and hopefully get some of it poured, and we can, once we get that done with posts through to with corner posts through to this corner, then we can start some brickwork along here. Then the next step will be across the front. So we'll leave them at it today and we'll check with them later when we get back. Sunday morning, February 19th. A little bit quiet around the house today. We do have a crew here starting on a whole new task, which I'll talk about in a minute. But the ceiling guys are not here today, so let's go check on their progress from yesterday. It's another nice, warm, sunny day here again this morning in Thailand. So let's take a look inside. A little bit of work being done on the house, so I apologize for any noise. But if we look here, here's actually this is what's being worked on today, is the frame around the window and the trim along the bottom. This is all precast concrete strips. I'll give you a look at what they look like here. These come in lengths like this here, and they get screwed and cemented to the walls, and they become sort of trim around your windows and things. You can see this one has been done. They started along the bottom here. We go around the south side of the house. You'll get a better look here where we've actually have 4 windows done, and the trim is all the way along this side. I'm assuming this is probably going to take them a couple of days to do. I don't see them getting done in one day, but it's fine. So now we'll go in and we'll check on the progress of the ceiling. There's our main living room here with our elevated or raised parts over the TV area, front entrance and back entrance and table along back here. And we left it at this height over the kitchen area. Should they have their drywall all up? Now, I believe, well, I know because it has to be the same as Canada. They will need to mud and tape all of the joints and the corners on there. If I look into my puzzle room, it is now done, ready for mudding and taping. Hallway here is done. And the bedroom here is done as well. Come down this way onto the other side of the house, and there really isn't, well, they're not done down this way at all, so not much change down here. Still got some of the steel up there in the hallway here and in the other bedroom as I showed before, and nothing in the bathrooms as of yet. And I don't believe we have any in our Thai kitchen as of yet. No. They're ready for their cabinets that go in there. They've poured the concrete countertops there, and the floor, they'll get lifted into place. And this kitchen now is on order. So maybe we will try to put a picture up or the rendering of what we got from the cabinet place as to what it looks like, so you can get a view of that. And out the back, they're starting on the windows. This one's done, coming along that way. And we'll continue around the back. And then the north side will be certainly easier because that's where the parking will go. And we really don't have the windows around this side of the house. So either way, she's looking good. They're doing a nice job, and we'll update you once we got some more done. End of day on Sunday, February 19th. Just a quick check on what happened today. As I mentioned this morning, they started doing trim around the windows. They started on that far side. We now have the front done. Still need to do a bit along the bottom, but they've also done the posts, which get 2 rings around them, I guess you could call them. And then Noon wants to put brick in between the 2 rings, so that's kind of the plan. Done around the windows, done around the door, done around the window here, and here's what I mentioned before about along the bottom. We come inside, we see our taper's doing very well. Check in the bedroom here. I believe he's got his full first coat. Yeah, he's finished his first coat in here. Looking nice. So that is done. The hallway here is done, 1 coat, and the puzzle room is done as well. In the main kitchen living area, pretty much done there. He's left this corner because even though we drew it on the wall and this was our design here, I decided that this corner here needed to match the others once we were up on the ceiling. So they are going to, as opposed to having it match or mirror this corner, so they will tear this apart tomorrow and do it like that corner and these 2 corners. So that'll get done tomorrow when the ceiling guys are back. And if I look out back here, yep, we have our framing done around the windows and the doorway here. This one here being my serving window. Worried about the counter getting a little narrow, so we did 3 sides as opposed to all the way around. So that's done. If I look through the Thai kitchen out onto the back little landing there, I see that window is done as well. And I believe, yes, this window here is done. This window's done, and I think, and the bedroom window's done. They've done the bottom there, but not on this side. So from what I understand, they'll be back tomorrow. They'll continue on, and the ceiling guys will be back tomorrow. So we'll check with them again then. Tuesday morning, February 21st. There's a lot going on around here today. I'm going to give you an update. We got painters, we've got ceiling tapers, we've got ceiling installation guys, and we've got fence guys. So let's take a look around. As far as the ceiling installation goes, since we last looked, they have now done the ceiling in the front patio here. And actually, I think it looks rather sharp. Actually, that really gives this touch of class here in the front. think last time earlier I showed you the trim they were doing around the windows. We've got a guy sanding them and tidying them up here in preparation for paint. Inside we have our taping guy back. Good morning. Sadi Kap. In this corner here was readjusted to match the others as we'd asked. Nothing's more is done in here yet. He's still first coating. In the bathrooms, they are using the waterproof drywall, which is nice, or the water resistant, shouldn't say waterproof, or I think it's mold resistant. Either way, that's going in the bathrooms. And one is done. Study cup. And we're starting on this one. In here, starting to do the fancy corners in bedroom number 2. And not started in here yet. I know bedroom number 3 has a ceiling done. They've not done the laundry room yet. That's where our attic hatch will be, so that will wait a bit. They have done the back patio and it now has one coat of tape on it. The kitchen here, he's taping away as all the boarding is done. The Thai kitchen has the ceiling done, and we just have the back landing here they are working on. So that is the ceiling guys and taping guys. And outside here, we have a painter, and we're getting a coat of prime paint on the outside of the home. Starting in this corner here, I believe he's done some sanding here. The sanding fella's working ahead of him. So we're now starting to get some paint on the dream home. Our window trim is sure if they're not quite all done yet. They've got a little more to go yet, so I don't see those guys here today, but I think they will be here soon. Son-in-law came by with his tractor and helped us smooth out our back laneway a little bit, as well as to do a little more digging on the front for the fence. So let's get a bit of an update on the fence. Since we last talked, this backside corner on the north side of the house, this is now completed except for the beam. There will be an angled little wall come in on either side here, with the gate being slightly recessed in order to give a better turning radius for trucks coming in, because this is such a narrow road. This wall here is now complete. They poured these 4 mid posts yesterday. The brick is all done. And now, past this large post here, this is where we are going to start the half wall. So here we will only have 4 rows of bricks, and then we will put a beam on top of that, and then go with a fancy fence of some sort. So lots of people here today. So they're working on the first row of brick here. That will go up to this next post. And like I say, this will stop at 4 feet. And then we will go from there. Got the son-in-law helping out. His father's here just to check to make sure everybody's doing things right. Hauling bricks. We got more sand and rock yesterday. So now we're working on getting the beam up here to the corner. There will be a bit of an angle across this corner, so as to facilitate turning in and out this way. And the fence will then go straight across the front here. Pounding in posts where each of the posts, and pounding in stakes for each of the posts are going to go in. And then our front gate will go between here to here will be a gate here. I think he's setting it up to do string across. This will be the gate opening across the front. Then we will continue across through to here, and in this corner here we will put a small walk-through gate here between these two red marks. So that's how things are looking today. It's really coming together. Thursday morning, February 23rd. Quick update this morning before the crew gets here. It's just before 8 o'clock. Just take a quick run through the house and see where we're at. We've had, the last few days, had painters here, as well as the taper, I'll call him, the guy who tapes the joints on the drywall ceilings. And if you look at our main room here, I believe we're 2 coats here. I don't know how many coats they give things here, but doesn't look like there's a huge amount of sanding, so I'm pleased with that. So this room here is looking very good. They don't do the corners, as they put a molding up to cover the corners. This one in here looks as though it may have, no, I think this is still mostly 1 coat here. Might have 2 on the edge pieces, same within here. So quite a bit of more work to go there. We walk through out to the back here, and yeah, this is a single coat here. He tells us, I think Noon said it's either 2 or 3 more days he's here. So yeah, same with here. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. As for the painters, they take and they mix with the paint, like a little mortar mix or something, whether it's a drywall mud or something. And you can see here, there's the concrete with the primer, and then this is where they mix that. And this is very much smoother than this here. Like if you listen, you could hear the roughness here. And up here, very smooth. So you can tell the difference just by listening to it. So let's take a peek and see what it is they use. I see some bags here. Just painting supplies here. Seems to be, excuse me, Skim coat. It's called a Skim coat smooth, and they mix that in with the paint. And like I say, you've seen some there. They've done some on this backside here. And yesterday they spent pretty much most of the day on the north side of the house. I know the builder would like them working inside as opposed to outside, but till the ceiling guy finishes, they can't really do it. But let's see if we can get a bit of a look here. It's a little tough looking into the sun. Let's come around this way a little more. But there, this side of the house has the skim coat done on the whole side. A little bit back there, so looking good. So they will be back here today as well, continuing to work. And the other thing that's happening is we're getting more dirt. Seems like this is an ongoing thing, but I have to say this load of dirt is really a topsoil, which is very rare around here to find. So the fellow who hauls dirt regularly for us has had this dirt. Promised Noon, I think we have 15 trucks here, and they get 5 more tomorrow. And this will probably mostly, we put some in the back, some here. This will This will stay here until we're able to start looking towards a bit of leveling of the land and landscaping. Then this will get spread across the top. So, not that we want a lot more dirt, but when you look at that and you want to spread it out as topsoil, it won't really go very far. And around here, if you find dirt like that, you better grab it because it should come up often. So that's where we're at this morning, so we'll leave it there for now.